I think a lot of you must have bought the RENPHO massage chair because RENPHO reached out to me to see if they could send me their stationary bike. Now, Peloton has made bike riding indoors, stationary bike riding indoors super popular. So I said, sure, why not? I'll do it. I used to teach spin. I was a spin instructor up until when I had Trinity 25 years ago. So it's been a long time, but I do still ride the stationary bike prior to doing my weight training at the gym. So I know I have a feel for the spin bikes. So let's get this unboxed and give you my first impressions.
What does it say?
Okay, there's instructions, there's stuff to assemble, and we'll see from here. Okay, so here are the pieces. We've got tools, electricity, instructions, 1, 2, the base, the handlebars, and the pedals to assemble. So we'll speed ramp the assembly now. Okay, there's a power button above the power cord right here. We just spent too long trying to figure out how to turn it on. Okay, so it's in the little instruction manual to tell you how to do that, but my almost 50-year-old eyes can't read instruction manuals without glasses anymore. So let's figure out, there's a couple of adjustments. We can lift the seat, which that is nice and easy. You want it to be hip bone height. And then this goes forward and back, which is a nice option too. So I'll know where that needs to go once I get on it. We'll see that it's fine. This seat looks comfortable, nice and soft, and also there's a hollow out there too, which is really nice. I've never had that before. The handlebars will go up. I'm gonna lift them up a bit and tighten those, so that's nice as well. And let's get the first impression on this. Okay. This actually feels pretty good. The system is different than a spin bike in that once you get on a spin bike, the pedals will keep going. And that's actually something that it can, if you've ever, when we first started spin, man, I tore up my shins doing that. I'm sure everybody did at some point or another on spin. But this one, you actually have to continually cycle. So it's a slightly different system, and I think it's apparently supposed to be more challenging. But I'm gonna work with this. This has an app, which is, I heard somebody say when I was checking it out, it's $39 a month cheaper than RENPHO, $39 a month cheaper than Peloton, which means it's free. The app is free. Because a lot of these systems have memberships, which can get pricey, right? So, ooh, that is. Oh, I had quite a bit of resistance on. Okay, that's a lot. That feels a lot better. I was like, wow, that's a lot of resistance. So that's nice. So my first impressions are that I really like the handlebars. The seat is one of the most comfortable seats of a spin bike that I've ever been on. The pedals, the cycle actually feels really good. I'm surprised how good it feels because I know it's a different system than most of the spin bikes. I'll talk about that more later. And I'm really looking forward to using the app because they have different classes for different levels. And apparently this works with AI too, so the tension will adjust to your level, and you put all your stats in and everything. And you can go on rides in different places. Like you can go to, is my seat lowering? I think my seat might be going down. You can go, yeah, it totally is. You can go on different rides to, yeah, see, it went down a lot. So I need to tighten that seat more than I did. You can go on different rides to places like Paris and Italy, and you can ride around the world. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. But I just wanted to give an unboxing, my first impressions, and then I will come back and let you know what my thoughts are after I've had some time with it. And I want to really thank RENPHO for sending this to me so I can check it out.
A few moments later.
So I've had some time to get to know the bike, and today I'm going to share with you the pros and cons of the bike itself. The biggest pro is that it's an obvious competitor to something super popular in the marketplace right now, which is the Peloton bike, which is a really expensive bike, and this comes in way underneath it in terms of price. So price is its biggest pro. And RENPHO has been so super generous in giving us links and also generous in sending me this bike. Thank you so much. This was gifted to me. What a generous gift. So for Amazon.ca, when you go to Amazon.ca, the bike lists at $9.99, but there's a $400 coupon code. So that's $599 Canadian. Like $600 for something like this in your house. That's incredible. So steal. And then in the US, it's $5.99 US with a $100 coupon code. So $4.99 US. I mean, come on. It's so ridiculously cheap, so much cheaper than the Peloton, and an absolute beast of an alternative. The other thing that means that it's just blows the socks off in terms of price to the Peloton is that Peloton, their app usage is $49 a month, which that's a hefty membership fee. I actually have a membership that I pay $49 a month for, but I kind of resent paying that much for it. I find that to be on the really high end of membership fees. And I run a membership community. I understand like they're really high end in terms of what they offer, but for RENPHO, the cost of hooking up to their app and the use of their features is free. So you can't beat that in terms of even just getting into the market and seeing if this is something you're going to stick to. And, you know, if you decide it's something that like you're absolutely diehard and you're loving, you could always upgrade to the Peloton later. And actually the Peloton, even if you love the RENPHO and you want to do it, you can actually integrate the Peloton app with the RENPHO bike as well, as long with all kinds of other ones. There's so many of them. They all work with the RENPHO bike. So that is a big bonus. I'm going to get on the bike now and show you the way the app works. And I'll just do some riding and talk about the AI and everything like that, because the AI just blew my mind. I am so passionate about AI fitness right now. What is coming on board right now for us? It's like the myofascial release stuff, the AI fitness is just amazing what's going to be available for us right now. Okay, I'm going to show you the app now. Okay, when you log in, you'll be on this home screen here, and then you're going to choose the discovery to choose which program you want to do. That will get you to the programs. There's power courses, video courses, and challenges. So the power courses I'll show you are basically, they're really more like basic AI, like old school computer games. And when you do these programs, the bike automatically sets the resistance. You can see here, it's automatically set the resistance at a 5. And then here you are on your bike, and you're trying to keep your little dot above the line. I'm not really sure whether you're supposed to spin faster. I think faster is what you're supposed to do to get it above the line. But if I go really fast, I'm not really sure. It goes up and down. So this one I find a little confusing and not that helpful. It just seems like go faster. So that's that program, those programs. The nice thing about them, how do we end that? We'll stop. Long to stop. End. Confirm. So the nice thing about those is you have 10-minute programs in them. So I did spend a lot of time with those. I found I enjoyed the video courses a lot more because you're actually working with a person. You have to download these though. And when you turn these on, same thing. You're actually with people. So here, she actually tells you how to ride, where to put your hands, how fast to move, and the cadence and everything. See, so here she's telling you exactly the pace to go. And lots of cues on posture and how to ride. So I really like that. And at the end, you get feedback on how many calories you've burned, and it tells you the equivalent. Like at the end of a course like this, you basically burned a can of soda. So that's cool. What I like about the video courses is like they're 20-minute classes. I would like to see a 10-minute class because, you know, in terms of tiny habits, you can kind of commit to a 10-minute class every day. 20 minutes takes a little bit more of motivation to get to. Okay, the other courses that they have are challenges, which are really cool because you can ride in Italy, you can ride in California, France, in the French Alpines, in Washington, Mississippi River, Germany, France again, Italy, in Main Street in Washington. So these are cool. They're more advanced though. And by the way, when you first get your bike, so here you are on the road, and the resistance will go to what the road is. So if you're going up a hill, the resistance will increase. When you're going down a hill, the resistance will decrease. So it's an AI bike, and it does all that for you. You don't have to touch this dial ever, unless you want to. So when you first get your bike, you do a test, and it determines what level you are. So I haven't spent a lot of time in here at all, except for just to check out the scenery. Because these are more advanced rides, and I tend to spend my time on the beginner rides. Okay, so that's the app, and as you see, we were able to download it onto my Chromebook, but of course you can download it onto any Apple or any Android. Works on all of them, and as I said, you can use other apps as well. They all sync up with it, and it will work with your Apple or your Fitbit if you want to use your heart rate monitor with it as well. So I've taken you through the app, and I was able to download it on my Chromebook. And so the bike itself, I really like that it's adjustable. The handlebars go up and down, the seat goes back and forth and up and down, so you're able to set it up for the perfect height. And it's been just a joy to ride. I really love the way that it's AI and the resistance based on your level ability that it tests you at. It adjusts for that, and it gives you a great workout in that way. So let's look at the cons for this bike when you're looking at getting a bike like this. It's really stable as well. Okay, so what do I dislike about this bike? There's one big thing that really bothered me about this bike, and it is that it left little black dots on my hardwood floor from the rubber rings on the bottom of the bike, and they're really hard to get off. I'm sure we're going to be able to get them off, but we tried vinegar, baking soda, hot water, rubbing alcohol, vinegar and baking soda, soapy water, and there's these little black dots all over my floor. We've put something underneath it now so that doesn't happen, and we're trying to find something to put underneath it when I ride so it doesn't happen. So I'm open to suggestions for that for people who have this bike with a hardwood floor. That's the biggest con. Another thing to really consider when you're going to buy a piece of equipment like this, especially if you have a smaller space like we do. We live in a under 1,000 square foot apartment, is if you're really going to use a piece of equipment like this, because there's a decent footprint like this. This isn't something that you can fold down and put away. So you need to have space for where you're going to keep something like this. Like in a small apartment, there's probably not a closet that you can put away something like this away. Do you honestly have a footprint space where you can put this? And are you honestly going to use it? So I think you really need to ask yourself that question when you're looking to purchase something like that. Really look, am I going to use it? Do I have space for it in my apartment or home? Thank you so much to RENPHO for gifting me this. It's so generous of them, and also incredibly generous of them to give you those links with the huge discounts again, just like on the massage chair last time. They are so generous. The pricing is amazing. Make sure you check out the links below. You've got $400 off in the US, $100 off other way around. $400 off in Canada, $100 off in the US. Get you down to crazy cheap prices. If this is something that you're in the market for, I know that you'll want to grab it. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Thanks so much for subscribing to the channel, and put I love stationary bikes in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.